Ooh. Ooh. Snore, snore, snore. Shoo.
And action!
The time for waking has come, Director. For today is a good day to create an artistic masterpiece. I must prepare myself for creativity. Initiate theatrical warm-up sequence. I am a box, my cardboard pink in design. But what is within thee? I pull the flap to reveal. Is it a birthday cake? It is, for the frosting doth reveal so. Fork. The fork makes me think of dinner. Dinner makes me think of food. Food makes me think of meat. Meat makes me think of pain. Pain makes me think of suffering and destruction. I'm a little fish, and I'm swimming in warm, comforting waters. But where's my school? I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Bunny rabbits. Bunny rabbits makes me think of fields. Fields makes me think of killing fields. Killing fields makes me think of pain. Pain makes me think of suffering and destruction. If only I could turn back time. Oh, I am a giant. I'm here to trample everybody, for inside I have been broken by an inhumane society. Dr. Juice, wake up now. I'm a little dinosaur. And now I'm going to be extinct. That makes me sad. Cry. But when I try to strike the tear away, it hurts. Chair makes me think of electric chair, pain, killing, suffering, destruction. Ah, yes, that should do most nicely. I wonder what artistic masterpiece I shall create for today. Perhaps a new play, a physical theatre, site-specific interpretation of the Love Islands. Now, Director, do not pigeonhole thy creative spirit within the chamber of the bedroom. Allow it to flow when it is ready. Farewell, chamber of slumber. I must go now and produce art, for that is my duty. Only then may I return for a pleasant evening of slumber, for that is the duty of thee. Why, good morning, Mistress Clock. I see time is treating you well. Oh, most humorous am I. And good morning to you too, receptacle of my creations. I hope the evening has treated you well also. Yes, very true indeed, and I shall do such that. Now then, imagination, flow! Perhaps you did not hear me, for it is still the morning hour. Imagination, flow! Curious. I have the wish, nay, the desire, nay, the inclination, nay, the wish to produce a most masterful work, and yet I am not doing the task which would lead to its creation. Perhaps I must wait longer for today's creative flow. I don't think this is helping in the creative flow. You fool! You cannot park there! Oh, those lights that doth blink do not make thee invisible, but illuminate the fact that thou hast parked a double to a car already present.
Не станет, а ведь он худеть не станет, если, конечно, вовремя подкрепиться.
I have no idea what is going on. Your speed, your agility for this mere mortal to handle, and thou did plummet down the hole into the murky waters below. Wait, what's this? Another life, another chance to succeed. Oh, Sonic, I solemnly swear to protect you and cause you no harm. Together we shall... No, you fell down the same hole again. No creative flowage here. Ooh, perhaps the meaning... No, I don't know. Oh, still no masterful creation. Director, you genius fool! You forgot to break the fast with sustenance. How is creativity meant to flow without nourishment for the stomach as well as the soul? You fool!
Ooh, spinach.
What is that awful sound? Why, infernal French! It is thee that produces that wretched sound! Clearly this is the cause for the lack of productivity proclivity of which I experience! How is the cranium of a genius meant to conjure up the thoughts that may simmer into a masterpiece when it is being bombarded by the shrieks of this cold monstrosity? The freon that thee requires is allowed to flow freely around thy vessel, and yet the freon of which I require, the creative thoughts that will produce an artistic masterpiece, are instead dammed back by the beaver that is thee. If thee were not as good at the cooling of milk, then thou would have no place within this abode. But alas, you are allowed to serve your purpose, even if it prevents another from achieving theirs. You are lucky, Mr. Fritsch. Very lucky indeed. Three of the afternoon? Surely not, Mistress Cock. You must be in error. Forgive me for such an accusation, but I can scarcely believe that mine activities could have resulted in the passage of so many hours and minutes without even the faintest resemblance of productivity proclivity. Oh, Mistress Clock, how you do count up the minutes and seconds without a care in the world. That is your job, though, your very nature, and one you do most wonderfully. If only you would consider taking pity on me and halting the passage of time such that I may be permitted to complete my work.
A thought, nay, a plan, nay, a scheme, nay, a thought has formed within the cream that is mine.
My Mistress Clock, I simply must compliment you on your numbers. They are slim and delicate, and that hue of blue simply divine. Pray tell, would thee be interested in coming to an arrangement of sorts? Consider halting the passage of minute and time itself such that I may be permitted to bring my work into fruition, for the briefest of periods alone. Tell me, would thee consider halting time, such that I may be permitted to bring my art, nay, the world's art, into creation? Alas, you will not listen to a simple and honourable request. If I were to beg upon bended knee, would that changest thou's mind? I think not. Thou shalt not reduce myself to the act of begging upon bended knee. Oh, but brave fool am I for even considering trusting this harlequin of time. Do not think I have forgotten the fact that you stole an hour from me last year. Oh, certainly you did receive mine forgiveness when you returned it later on, only to take it back mere months later. Well, if you shall not give me what I want by simple request, you have forced me to take it by force. Ah! Well played, Mistress Clock. Well played. Oh, Mistress Clock, Mr. Frid, you are only doing your jobs and cause not my failure to fulfill mine purpose. What is the matter with me? I have the desire, the ability, and, truth be told, the time to do that which I know I must, produce another perfect masterpiece. And yet here I do languish, paddling helplessly in a pool of unfulfilled potential. Though the lack of chlorine that doth sting the eyes is appreciated, it is nonetheless a pool I do not wish to swim in. Am I the cause for my lack of creation? Oh, this state I find myself in doth leave me most saddened, nay, despondent, nay, never mind. Professor Blanket Top Hat, the embodiment of warmth, comfort and security.
Hello, Director, it's good to see you.
It pleases me to see you, old friend. My apologies, I did not realize you were in the area, or indeed already within mine abode.
Oh, don't you worry about that, my dear. Now tell me, how are you feeling, because you're looking awfully down?
Professor, I find myself struggling to fulfill my fullest potential and create art.
Oh dear, what's the cause of that then?
I am afraid if it were possible to answer that question, there would not be a problem in the first place.
Well then, why don't you just take the day off? Aye, take it easy and relax. You have been working ever so hard lately.
I suppose I could have one day off.
Of course you can. Take off 1, 2, maybe even a few weeks. Oh, just imagine it. Doing nothing.
But I am the director. It is my mission, nay, duty, nay, vocation, nay, mission to create art, and art I must create. If I were to do nothing...
Well, you would be doing something, just nothing. And that's probably a something.
I suppose. While you are here, though, may I make a small request?
Oh, sure, I suppose.
May we do the do-do-do dance?
Behave yourself! Not without a dinner and a movie first.
No, I mean the dance you made famous. It might just cheer me up.
All right, yes, of course it is. Aye, it's just, well, the problem is, you see, I don't remember it. Oh, what am I like? I don't remember it. Oh.
You don't remember? Your own dance? How very odd. Forgetting your own creations, the sudden desire for me not to create, Wait a minute. You're not Professor Blanket Top Hat at all, are you?
Oh, well, it's just... I can't be bothered with this anymore.
No, not Procrastasaurus, devourer of productivity and creativity.
That's right. And if you're not going to give me what I want voluntarily, I guess I'll just have to take it myself. Work. crazy. Yeah, it's right, give it on. This is actually pretty tiring. You know what? I've done a good amount of work draining your creative energies. I think I've earned myself a break. Yeah, I can come back to this later. Or even tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense actually. I guess I should have just finished while I was on a roll. You know what? That one's on me. That's on me, that one, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Come back to your chamber of slumber. Return to bed and let the whole day just pass you by.
Now, heed the door that is creative and wonderful. I shall not bend to your will.
No point in doing anything today. Another day full of potential. Why would you ever be productive? No energy for anything of the hurtful phrasing. Oh, close the door, will you? Well, all I need to do is open up and I will get you. I mean, I'll eventually, I'll probably open the door, or I might just wait until you open it and you come out. You know what? I'm going to wait until you open it and you come out because you're going to have to at some point. Yeah, and then I'll get you. Yeah. Incoming transmission.
Hello, Director. This is Gordon Waggett, Advice Guru, on a Priority 1 signal. Do you hear me? Gordon Waggett to the Director. Do you hear me?
Guru of Advice, it is good to hear from you, old friend.
It's good to hear you too. My advicey sense began tingling and I suspected you might be in trouble. When I noticed all incoming signals were being blocked, my fears were confirmed.
Hark, you are quite correct and wise. For you see, Procrastasaurus has gained unrequested access into my creation sanctum and is wishing to cause unmitigated disaster onto the creative world.
Good heavens! But it's not like Procrastasaurus to block all incoming signals like that. No, normally he would increase the volume to overwhelm his victims. Well, perhaps he knew if I was able to reach you, I could help.
I know not what his reasons should be, nor am I able to currently contemplate them, for you see, I am cranially weakened from his attack. But, pray tell, how are you able to communicate with me now? Unless this is another of Procrastasaurus' treacherous deceits.
I can assure you, this is the real Gordon Waggett Advice Guru, and I am here for you. But to answer your question, when I noticed all incoming signals were being blocked, I managed to tunnel in on an unsecured channel using a DDoS spoof. It's working for now, but we only have a short window to talk.
You have knowledge of immeasurable might. Oh, Guru of Advice, I am in a terrible way, for you see, Procrastasaurus is preventing me from creating art. If I do not vanquish him and produce art, well, I am just a failure.
Oh my word, clearly Procrastasaurus is already playing his evil tricks. First off, you are not a failure or just anything. You are a human being, a wonderful creature with many admirable qualities to share, like everyone else.
But if I cannot be in the process of producing a masterpiece, what purpose have I?
Your purpose is to be you, the whole you. We all have our unique strengths and talents that we should share whenever we can. Those abilities, although they do inform us, they never define all that we are. Humans are amazing creatures capable of a multitude of amazing things, from the smallest gestures of kindness to the greatest of performance pieces.
I have much experience of the latter, and feel continual pressure to reproduce it.
Life puts a lot of stress on us as it is. It's best not to add any undue pressure, and that includes thinking that we failed just because we didn't reach a particular goal we set ourselves.
Thou is correct, of course, as ever, but Procrastasaurus is here now and surely must be defeated.
True enough. Let's see. Procrastasaurus often strikes when we are overwhelmed by feelings of despondency, especially when we have a lot on our minds about what we should accomplish. It's little wonder in these times then, with him absorbing our energy and creativity, that the flames of imagination within flicker out.
Yes, an intriguing metaphor, unless you mean it in a literal sense, and that I am required to ingest something in order to illuminate my insider. It would not be a first for me.
Well, metaphorical, I can assure you. But the key to defeating Procrastasaurus is figuring out how we reignite those flames of imagination.
I shall get the matches!
Again, they're metaphorical flames.
Ah, yes, you did mention that.
To metaphorically reignite the flames of imaginations, we require creative sparks or inspiration. And inspiration is closely linked to joy. And now we can find enjoyment in the works of others, their drawings, their books, their films. And by studying the work closely and really noticing the parts we like the most, we can find inspiration. Perhaps there's also tutorials that you could do to recreate some of their work.
Plagiarism? Guru of advice, how could you?
Not to pass off as our own, but simply to understand their techniques. Perhaps we could also find inspiration in our own previous work.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Particularly any unfinished ideas, thoughts, concepts that we have. What small additions or changes can we make? Thinking about the small things we can do is also very important. It's far too easy to become overwhelmed by looking at a large project and trying to take it all in at once, and certainly Procrastasaurus is going to thrive on that. No, we must look at a project like a master painter at an image. They see the whole, but they also see small chunks that they can work on. We have, in any project, to find those chunks.
Like a theatrical beat.
Oh, why yes, a very good analogy actually, and one I wish I'd thought of myself.
The theatre is my domain, Guru of advice. I shall not diminish your words for any lack of connection.
Much appreciated. But above all though, whatever activity you're doing, focus on enjoying it for what it is and the simple pleasure of doing it. Avoid judging the worth of something by what it could lead to down the line. If it brings you joy and it doesn't bring pain to others, then that's all that's needed for it to have fulfilled its role. But you may also have found yourself a creative spark.
What if the activity in question brings some amount of pain, but that pain is intended to bring joy to those participating?
As long as it's between consenting adults, all is well.
I see.
Director, you must find your creative sparks.
I see more now. But, Guru of advice, what if I follow your words and still find myself unable to produce perfect works?
Perfection. And the proverbial carrot on a stick that prevents people from doing many things in life. Procrastasaurus thrives on that particularly erroneous belief and the fear it produces, that if something isn't perfect, we must have failed.
But surely perfection is the goal all work attains for. Only the perfect is worthwhile, is it not?
Perfection, perfect, it isn't real. It never has been, and it never will be. What better way to prevent people from even beginning something than to convince them it needs to be something it can't be? Art, creation, it doesn't need to be perfect. No, if you make it with love and care and sincerity, then you've created something that's worthwhile.
Oh, Guru of advice, I do wish you could be here now to help me.
As do I, Director, but I'm afraid there's a few reasons why we can't be in the same place at the same time. The signal has been intercepted as being shut down. Remember, Director, you must find your creative spark.
Goodbye, my dear wizened friend, for thou hast helped me more than thou could ever know. To truly defeat this foe and discover mine creative sparks that lie out with and in with, it will be necessary for me to delve deep into dark recesses. I cannot do this alone, though. I will require my illumination button! Within thine hands is a power, a source of immense energy, far mightier and stronger than anything known to mine ancestors. But do I use such might now? Surely its tremendous ability should only be unleashed in times of greatest peril. But you foolish mortal, for now the artistic world is suffering its greatest siege by the blockage of my creative flowage. If now is not the time, then truly there are no others. Illumination button activated! My, merely looking at this veritable stack of whimsical creations doth spur the creative juices that flow within my vessel. With these I shall indeed be able to slay the... Oh! A cookie imbued with the chips of chocolate!
Oh, Director, you can't stay in there forever! Oh, well, maybe, I suppose maybe you can, actually, because as long as you don't do anything, I'm going to get the result I want. Yeah, well, basically what I'm saying is, don't do anything, yeah!
Your fate has been spared, Cookie, for you shall not be eaten in fear, but in victory. I am ready to meet my fate now, Procrastasaurus.
Okay, basically, oh, yeah, right, yeah, sure, yeah, all right, yeah.
I did, however, forget to mention one small detail. For you see, while I am prepared to meet my fate, I have been rummaging within my sanctum of treasures and procured several visionary creations. With these tombs, the creative sparks within thyself have been reignited brighter than before.
Oh, for the love of... so what, you've got your creative energies back now or something?
Indeed. Thrice, nay, several thrice times over.
Ah, does that mean I've now got to work even harder in order to awaken your spirits so that I can absorb your etc, etc?
Correct.
Sounds like too much work now, to be honest. I mean, stealing the professor's outfit already took me like a minute and that was way too long as it is. Fine, you win this time. Enjoy your creative sparks. There.
My dear Professor, I shall ensure what is yours is returned.
It feels good to have my creative sparks back. But I must confess, a small amount of me still feels some disappointment, for today no great art was created. Maybe it was. And cut!
And now for the scene that is post of the credits.
Hello there, people. It's the real Professor Waggett top hat here. Now I know what you've been waiting for, so without further ado, DJ, hit it!
Do the do do dance, do the do dance.
chance. You don't need to worry about your stance. It's gonna leave you in a trance. So come and do the do-do-do dance. Do